Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We have a lot of sorting out to do with our brand new passenger service here. Not much going on just yet. No, we've still got to wait for our train, which is, that should be it up there, train 10. Oh, quick, let's pay that off. There we go, we might as well pay it all off. It's making it would be the first full journey. We've only gone there, haven't we, so far? I don't think we've been there and back, no, so this will be the first return journey. Hopefully we'll see some people getting off ready for our first passengers. That's the plan anyway. There's not much we can do. Let's repay that. There's not much we can do to encourage them to get on there faster. We're going to have to wait until these people, hopefully some of them, are going to make their way to the station, so that eventually we'll end up with an actual proper train rather than just one carriage on it. We're going to add trams until we've got, I don't know, a few on here at the very least. Stops wise, we've got, there we go, 8 stops in total. How do we work out how many vehicles we want on here? Until it's running like clockwork. Do I want to do double? No. We'll respond to the needs of our city and match the line rates. Line rates are a thing we do need to think about. Let's head over to our other station here. Yes, there we go. We've got more people heading into this station currently. There's no point adding any more passenger wagons on there just yet. But we can add more vehicles on both. As long as there's a little bit of demand, which there is. Manage vehicles. Let's get another tram moving on here. And we'll pay that off. What we really want to do is, goodness me, we're getting money left, right and centre here. We may as well pay it off. The loan, that is. We are making our way there, aren't we? Absolutely. And how many people do we have at the station at the moment? 9. And where's our next tram? It's a little ways away. There's 8 people up there. Got a new electric train there. We will do something with that, with our freight trains. We're not going to do it with our passenger service here, but we will do something with our big old freight trains that are struggling with just 2 A35s. Alright, so we're here. Has anybody jumped off? No, I think it's going to be this one here. We could hold this train, but I think given how many people are waiting at the other station over at Twickenham, down there you can see there's more and more people showing up there, and we might as well just let it run back with, at least we've got almost a full carriage. So, people in here, we only got 3. Definitely wasn't worth holding it up. That's a big old skyscraper. How much do I want to be distracted? Well, apparently this much. That is a large skyscraper this early on. That's impressive. I would imagine that's something to do with the mods we've got installed. But anyway, yes. Trying to figure out the line rate, which you can do, sort of, is what you want to aim for. One layer you can use is our destinations layer. And it's saying 40 people, 41, and it's increasing as more and more people jump on this line here. Yeah, 41 so far. I don't know exactly what this number is. Is it the yearly rate, or is it just how many people are wanting to travel on this? I'm not sure. I want to say it's the yearly rate, because that would make sense. We can see here the blue ones are just people driving between cities. We're not dealing with any roads between Henley and Twickenham, which is one of the reasons I chose this, because the AI are sort of forced to travel via our train here. and they can't drive. That's not how it's going to be forever, but it's a good way to start if we can find or if you can ever find something where you're not competing with traffic. The other way you can sort of judge how many people are going to use your service each year, which gets a little complicated. Let's keep paying this off. Why not? We're almost debt free. Yeah, the other way we can do it, if we go into... How far's our train? Well, we can let it play. I'll pause it when it gets there. If you go to terminals and then charts, all we need to look at is the unloaded. Ideally, you want to let this figure keep going until you've got a better idea. Let's quickly pay that. Of how many people are using this stop. I notice we're just stopping on that side. So far, that is 38 people. You're going to have to backtrack on this a little bit and sort of do it that way. There's absolutely no way to find a figure that I know of where it'll tell you what the potential throughput is of traffic or the amount. Unlike, say, for instance, a marble mine or these lines that we've set up in freight, that you know exactly what they're going to deliver. For instance, we did this early on, but if we click on this, we know that we need to have a line rate of 400. If we look anywhere in the available layers or data available to us, we won't know until they've actually set off. We go to charts here, it's only going to tell us what we're taking. So, I mean, yes, it will tell us pretty much the line rate. So this is the best way. If you've got a stop and the throughput to that stop is still limited by how well you're doing with your trams, but it does give you an interesting number to possibly work with. Now we're going to wait until our train gets in, and we're going to obviously add another carriage to it. I think going for the exact amount might be nice, right? We can go for 42 because all we need is the return journey. Are we getting busy? Not really. And now we can set this to go, and hopefully it should be exactly the right amount of people. Hopefully. Come on. You got 10 that didn't get on, or are we full? We're not full. Those 10 could get on board. Right. I'm taking those 10 people. Whether it's the most efficient or not. Not really. Will you get on board? Did someone disappear? Did they just all jump on the train really quickly? I mean, they're all on there. That's all that matters. Right, we do have some more people coming on. And all we need to really make sure of now, if we do that, is as we expand our train services, we want the 2 tram services to be, at the very least, higher line rate as our train here. If we're below, then obviously we're not going to see to the demands. Ideally, you want to go decent frequency. It doesn't really matter what. If you were to expand this line and start having longer and longer trains, at that point, if you ever need 2 locos, you're definitely better off with going for 2 separate trains and a better frequency. We'd have to double track that. But once we get to a point of oversaturation on this single loco, or this single train, yeah, single loco, we are debt free. I much prefer the idea of our trains being shorter as opposed to a longer passenger train. The reason being, it'll be difficult to keep this from overloading, which is the first stop or connection to Henley. Eventually, a lot of people will skip the stop altogether and could just walk down here, for instance. So, yeah, it's guesswork, pretty much. You've got minimal figures to go by. This one's always a good one for me, though. Once it settles down at it tends to grow at a steady rate. First off, there's absolutely no point going with a really long train. You might as well just grow with the demand from the AI passengers here. I don't even know whether we'll need to add another carriage straight away. The cool thing so far is, and this still makes me happy, there we go, completely out of debt. We probably won't need to take another loan out. Every time I see this now, I want to pay off the loan. But we don't have a loan. We are loan free. I guess we can just see how much we keep earning now. I do have cash flow installed. Another mod I've got installed. I do plan to have all the mods I currently have installed on the map as a save game on the workshop, as well as the current save, so you can play it yourself as well. And there you go, our cash flow, if we hover over it, now tells us further information. Our income, 41 million, our maintenance is 21.3 million, and our interest is no more. We won't see that any longer in our cash flow. But there we go, our cash flow is 20 million a year. So it just tidies it up. All the other information is still available there. All the information here is our investments. Right, in comes our train. We don't need to buy another carriage just yet. We may need to buy another tram though. We currently have one in here. There is a couple of things we could do with this tram. We go into the line manager here. At the two transfers, which would be Henley-on-Thames Holt and the transfer, well, good naming. We could set a minimum stop time just so we hold up trams either end. That will work sometimes and then not others. But it does give passengers a chance to cross over if it runs empty. We should eventually be running at the perfect line rates though, so we don't need to worry about it too much. Do I want to put another vehicle on here? Well, we've got the money, and I think it's not going to hurt us too much. It's going to be a little overkill, but I'm going to do it. We're doing it. There we go. Let's get another one on there. They'll be bunched up a little bit, but I would rather not have too many people waiting. Otherwise, we're just chasing our tails a little bit there. So our line rate currently is around about 151. We've only got 51 line rate on our actual train. This is more to get people moving from town to the station. So we need to be ahead on our trams. And as you can see, over at Twickenham now, we've got more skyscrapers, guys. Back at Twickenham now, we've got 32 waiting. So what do we have? 40? Is it 42 at the moment? Yeah, 42 at the moment. Depends how many people are on their way here. We might actually just change the terminal here so we get off station side. Will you do it now? There we go, lovely. You've got a lot of people on there. 17 extra people making their way to Twickenham Central there. Is that what we're going with? Twickenham Central? Sure. Why not? Well, find a place as well if we've got enough money to swap over a double A35 to a single electric train as well. Probably our big ore trains. We don't need to, especially if it would mean taking out another loan. Now, we've got a new tram already. Are we going to need another wagon? We are. Manage vehicles. Let's go and replace these. If maximum potential speed is a thing, which I have no reason to think it won't be a thing, then we'll just get straight up more per passenger on the Type T1 versus the CE22, whatever that is. Yeah, I'm just going to go for it and replace them all with the new trams there. And possibly just do the same. Oh, where's our train? Is it near? Yeah, we'll go and do the other one as well. Once we've at least added, yes, another wagon on here. We'll pause it as well. Hopefully we'll catch the passengers getting in. If we pause it before it's got everybody off, so we just pause it while it's unloading, perhaps they'll assign themselves to this loco or this train. Right, stop you there. Everybody, or these last 13 people, you are going to stay on the train until we've bought some new wagons. How many are we going to need? Is what I would like to know. 56, 57, is that everybody in place? 60? Goodness me, this is going to be a nice payday on the way back, isn't it? And then we can take a look and see how much we're earning. This is what you do, pretty much, for balancing passenger services. Just to start with, and then keep an eye on it after that. Right, 65. Is that what we're going with? I think so. Let's pause that. We'll configure it, and what was it, 60 something? It might be time to get the bigger wagons on. 56? 70? 70 seems nice, doesn't it? Yeah, should we run these just for a few more journeys? I do like the look of them. And then we'll swap over to those later on. I mean, it doesn't really matter which ones we run. Right then, will you all get on? How many people are there? 65. I want to see this full, because we've got 70 capacity. Oh, but you need to play it, Grand. There we go. We've also got, well, I was going to say 11 million in the bank. 10. It's going up. Right, will everybody get on? Really? 61? Did some people just say no? They could have been deleted. Deleted? Is that a good way to put that? Possibly. As there's a lot of upgrading going on with our buildings there, so they could vanish. Which is fine. We got 61 out of the 65. I'll take it. I think we got everybody that we're ever going to get. And there doesn't look to be... Yeah, there's no one at the station. So that's good. Yeah, there we go. We should have even more people now waiting back at Henley who have possibly already done their journey backwards and forwards. If we just take a look at the passenger layer, we're now up to 107. I half feel like this is what the line rate we should be aiming at would be correct. Does it line up with the charts? We unloaded 59 last year. Yeah, we're going to have to find out, aren't we? This year. Well, we're already in April, and it's already had 34 people going through. What about down here? What are the charts like here? 42, yeah. It's going to be... It's probably, in fact, going to be closer to that figure, isn't it? This one here. 138 already. That does look a lot like that's the line rate that we should be heading for. Possibly. Possibly. Some of these layers don't seem to make sense sometimes, but that's a lot of people. I only thought this was those who have already journeyed, but looking at that, I don't think we've sent 138 in both directions. Did we? No, it's not going to tell you what the actual line rate is, because it will be there and back, so technically double. How many people are waiting? Well, there's 57 waiting. We've got a capacity of what? Yeah, 70. And is there another tram coming? We could upgrade the tram anyway, can't we? Yeah, do you know what? Let's do it. Let's replace all of those with our new trams here. Just for the extra payments. I mean, the extra capacity wouldn't hurt either. So we've got a capacity of 23 per tram now. That should boost the line rate as well. Yeah, we're quite a bit higher. But we are already up to 93 line rate. And that's with the pausing. So we're a little above that. I do enjoy this part of playing Transport Fever. Just sitting here and adapting our very first passenger line. And possibly doing a little bit of weeding that I just noticed there. Should we weed? That doesn't look right, does it? What do we want? Was it this one? Was it that one? No, I think it's this one. Bring that brush size down. There we go. Get rid of that. There are a lot of people ready for the return journey. Some of these may be new commuters, and some of them will possibly already be those returning who we initially took this way. So yeah, we're getting to the point where it's new commuters and those that have already used the line. I feel it's time for the Donna Bush to just transfer over to that now. Yeah, we've already got 73. We could just go for... How many wagons do we have? We have 5. We could go with 5 the Donna Bush instead. It might... Oh no, they're still getting on. Right then. So before you get in, we'll look at the figure and then pause it. How much is this now? We're now making 862,000. Goodness me. We'll take a look at the profit figures soon. Right, let's get you. And we'll put 4 of these on and see what that gives us. That gives us 68, so that gives us 85. That should be enough. Let's get that on. And then we'll unpause you. There we go. A bit beefier. Debatable on whether it looks more comfy at all. Not really. Are you going to flip around? There we go. Doors are just closed. 74 of 85. We couldn't quite keep it the same, could we? But I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. Oh, what's that lagging for? Did you see that? That was bizarre. I might have to uninstall that cash flow. I'm going to double check that isn't the cash flow thing that's doing that. That was very, very bizarre. I mean, I know the cities are definitely growing and they are changing over to the newer roads possibly still, and they are definitely pathfinding, but that is something I have never seen before. I'll have to test that out. I don't know what that was all about. I don't think it'll be this mod. It shouldn't be. But that was very bizarre indeed. I don't know what that was at all. It was during a payment too, wasn't it? I don't see how this affects performance. But hey ho. I'm not sure how the API works either. I'll have to investigate. Alright, should we wait for some more people? How are we doing on our trams? I think we're doing alright. I don't know whether that really needs to be a traffic light. This definitely doesn't need to be a traffic light. And so we'll get rid of that. That's just unnecessary. I half don't want that to be a traffic light either. This one? Yes, definitely. This one, not so much. I am going to pay close attention to the performance. It was a little bizarre. Do we have any unnecessary... Yes, just here. Unnecessary traffic lights just there. Get rid of that. Get rid of this one as well. And do you know what? I'm going to get rid of that one. There we go. They're not required. Yeah, we should take a look at how our truck deliveries are doing now that these have settled down, especially into the cities that we are dealing with. As we can see here, definitely not meeting demand there. Shall we get us another truck on here? Do we have new trucks yet? I don't think we do we? These are the best we can put on. If we go in, that's all we've got. Right, okay. We don't need buses yet. What sort of line rate do we have then? We have a line rate of 86 with our steel freight and 71. Was that really only 76? We might be carrying too much over here. Yeah, we're still waiting. We can always remove a wagon off there. But Twickenham, 112. Not even close, guys. Goodness me. Yes, we need to get a few more trucks on here. How quickly our money has gone through the roof. We have 23.7 actual million, not any loan. Is this going to get us even close? We're up to 86 now. Maybe another one. Do you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to get another one on there. What are you predicting? 94. We'll check on you. I guess with that in mind, then, we should check whether we're even close up here. Which is not looking the case, is it? We are currently running 68 as a line rate, and we need to be closer to 97. Yeah, that's not good, is it? Let's get a couple more on here as well then. I'm going to say 2 should do us. Well, let's just select 2. There we go. 2 more on there. That's going to give us 102. Lovely. So, what are we doing with these factories? Are we going to trigger an upgrade? I don't think so. But I do possibly want to remove a wagon from here. I think we're overdoing it a little bit. The fact that, well, I don't know, 94, we could let it settle down a little bit. I feel like an upgrade is going to happen, though, at some point. Especially with the amount we're shipping now. So how are we doing on passengers? Are we going to need more? I feel like we might. We might need more trams, that's for sure. So ideally, your line rates here need to at least match the line rate of your line, which they are doing. The reason I say at least, what you want to be looking at is quite higher line rate on your tram network to cater for anybody that wants to travel intra-city, within the city limits. Otherwise, you just won't have enough capacity. You'll be stretching it for everybody just getting to the station. If you go a little over, then you can cater for anybody that's catching the bus from one side of town to the other as well. I don't really care about making a profit on any of the metro systems. Where I care about making a profit is on our trains that connect to it. I do want to get people shifted though, so I'm going to manage that. Oh, we only have 3, yes. So another one on there looks about right. Beautiful. That should be that sorted. How many people do we have on? We only have 66 on. That's good. What are the numbers? Finances. Let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. We haven't really been running that long. And we're already making a profit. Last year we made a profit, and that's going to just increase the busier it gets. How are we doing here? We are up to 71 people there. It's lovely to see. We're empty at our transfer. That does mean we've got the capacity on our trams there. So we go 114 to meet. This layer never makes much sense. According to this, what would that be though technically? Does that mean we only need to meet half of that? Which would be around about 80? A line rate of 80, which is 160. Yeah. That is going up, isn't it? Goodness me. Yeah, pointless number, possibly. It tells you how busy something is. Now, if you do open this, and then you click on the context help, it does say, use the filter to select a town, then you can see where people are heading. For this one, it's really easy, because we're only heading between 2 cities. But this layer shows the routes taken by the inhabitants to get from their place of residence to shopping or work. Brilliant. But what does it mean exactly? Is that the line rate I'm supposed to be hitting? Because it fluctuates at a ridiculous rate. So yeah, that's why I don't use that layer too much. It really has no useful information in it. Ideally, you would want to see a line rate, wouldn't you, for that line? But yeah, if you want to look at pretty colours that don't mean much, by all means. Again, I like looking at these, the first stop. It's going to be under, there you go, we've got 119 last year, so we want a line rate of at least 119. We'd need to take every station we service. Luckily, this one only has 2. And whichever the highest is, wrong one, we need this one. Charts, there we go. That is 90, 93, this one was 119. So 119 is the highest at the moment. So as long as that is a line rate of 119 down here, you want it higher, because you'll need to account for people that are just walking past this station into here. Whether it counts when they actually get through there, I don't think so. So far, we're not running... Oh, we are running full. I never even noticed. What's our line rate then? We are pushing it, aren't we? Yeah, we're at pretty much absolute maximum there, because if we're seeing 119 people getting off at our transfer, it was the other one, wasn't it? Then 118 line rate is not going to be anywhere near. So another wagon should see us okay. We've got the problem where we're a little bit behind now because we've possibly left people at the other station. So if we add another train on, or another wagon I should say, that should be good. And we should be close to the demand, although that's just going to keep going. So at some point we'll add another train on, double up some of the track. We may just double the whole lot because we can afford it, and one-way signal it so that we don't have to worry. That way we have a better frequency. I prefer not to unload tons of passengers at once at these smaller tram stops. Alright, there are a lot of people waiting here. Well, okay, not too many. There's 66. I still feel like this might be overkill. Although, if we head back here, we've left an absolute... Yeah, we've left 40 people here. And our people's still getting off as well. Are we on the wrong side here? I don't think so. No, how many people are getting off already? 19! Yes, should we just go with it? We'll add another wagon on there. And then, well, when we come back, it's going to be getting that electric loco on a line somewhere. 66. Yeah, ideally, I would wait until it did the return journey. We have the capacity for that 66. But I would like to finish the episode with us adding another wagon on. Or, how many people do we... Yeah, we have a full tram just pulling up now. So this might be ideal. Definitely. Let's get this managed. We're going to add as another Donnabouche on there. There we go. This train is starting to look more like a train now and less like a people parry mover. Because that's what it was looking like before. A very expensive one. Right, are you all pulling up into the... Yeah, there we go. This is very, very busy. I am really tempted to pause the trams here for a little while. Especially if they've got no one on board. Yeah, they only took one person. That 10-second or 20-second wait might be ideal. How many do we have? Plenty. Oh, in fact, yeah, let's just go now. That should be good enough. I think that's enough people. 83. We are over capacity. We are carrying 102 back. And we have a rate of 141 now, which might be close to what this needs to be. Does this number line up? Oh, do you know, it might. I don't know. You've got to catch it when it's settled down, I guess. I still don't know how that works. But does it line up pretty much with this now? Charts. Let's take a look. 119 to beat. We've got 99. We're only in October. I think it's going to be close to that, isn't it? It's going to be above 120. Yeah. The only real way to do it, if you want to do it as accurate as possible, is just monitor the numbers and monitor the throughputs of the station. And bear in mind it's going to get more and more complicated as you add more and more services to each station. I guess this is the fun part, isn't it? It's the reactive part as opposed to proactive. You're pretty much proactive with any freight lines. How are we doing now with the tools, or is this just going to keep going up? We've now met... Is it only 95? Really? I guess we're going to need another truck on here. Or another lot of trucks. Manage line. I'm going to add 2 more trucks on here. We're making so much money, guys. Right, that should be close. Is it? Maybe. Let it settle down. They're going to be 2 trucks together. How is this doing? I mean, we're just keeping up with these, aren't we? Are we going to trigger an upgrade? I don't know. This would be the... Would this be the one? It wouldn't be these. It would be our actual tool factory that triggers first, wouldn't it? Yes. Are you going to trigger? Oh, you're so close. We only need, what, 100 and... Oh, what's 75% of that? 150, and we're at 139. We could forcefully trigger it by heading a train at the very least into Luggashall. If we do that, all of our other industries here are going to upgrade. Ooh, that's an idea. Are we keeping up with demand down here? I think we are. We only need 100 still. I don't think we can push it any further just yet. It's at 107. Yeah, I think we're going to be okay. And what are we doing here? We're only up to 116, so that's not going to trigger. But are we on top of it? We're not quite, are we? I don't think we are. 120 suppliers. We're only shipping 116. That suggests we have some stray industries, but they could be adjusting quite a bit as well. So what we'll do a little bit of freight side of things next time out, and we'll also do a little bit of passenger as well. So we're going to have a plate full, or plates. We're going to spin them next time out. And yeah, what else could we do? We could add, we'll do a bit of electrification. Is that too much to do in one episode? No, of course not. Alright guys, we're on board. Our very busy commuter line all of a sudden. It didn't take too long, did it? We're out of debt. We have a lot of plate spinning to do. Next time out, we're going to monitor this line. We're going to address the expansion. Okay, enough people. 89 of 102, I like it. Yes, we're also going to monitor the expansion of the tool line, because that is possibly going to happen next time out. And also monitor the combats line. I would also like to add the electric loco that we unlocked to at least somewhere on the map. Possibly the big line that I mentioned, the big ore line. I think it will actually be ideal for that. Our train, pulling away, decent speed. We've got a maximum speed of 62 miles an hour. And we'll take another look at all of the profit and losses for our lines in this kind of section. So Henley and Twickenham. And then, I guess eventually we should head back and check on everything else as well. So much to do. Guys, I hope you enjoyed watching that one. And until next time, take care.